Hello everybody. Whoops, make sure to turn my sound off. Just give it a few minutes for this to catch up. How is everybody today? Just wait for a couple more people to join in there. If you are there, please put a message in the comments and let me know that you can hear me okay. Hi Cynthia, can you hear me okay? My allergies are acting up today. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me okay? Hi Tammy, welcome new member Tammy. Thank you for joining. Hi Cheryl, hi Marjorie. Marjorie from Halifax, another Canadian. Tammy is one of our newest members. We're so happy to have you on. I'm actually just marking down all my class attendance right now, so catching up on the membership side. Classes are pre-recorded this month to give myself a break. I am only working part-time, having a little bit of a recharge, which has been great. Been making lots of stuff still though. Hi Nicole. As you can see, I've changed my studio around. I think this way gives it a lot better visibility. I can get better camera angles for the tutorials and the classes. So you're very welcome, Tammy. We're so happy to have you. Just going to post this on the Facebook page so people know we're live. Give me a sec here. Whoopsies. How is everybody today? That I'm waiting for my antihistamine to click in. Oh my goodness. The cat decided he needed to sleep on my head last night and I'm a little bit allergic to him. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's been a busy week. Once we get looks like a fantastic setup. Yeah, this is like only half my room that we see here. On the other side, I have all of my storage and all of my project prep with all my bins. All that stuff used to be along this back wall. And I've moved my ironing area back there as well. So having the machines this way and the table I now have going this way against the wall instead of this way against the wall. So I can actually work off of 3 sides of it, which is better. And I can get now at my flatbed machine, I can get a much better over the shoulder view. You know how I always have the 2 views in my tutorial. So I got like the picture from this side of my machine and then the over the shoulder. And because I have a little more space to work with here, I can get the camera at a much better view. So I haven't made a tutorial with it yet. I have made a class with it and the class feedback was really good for the new angles. I just haven't had a chance to do any tutorials. I feel like I'm behind because I didn't get one out this weekend, but it's because it took me like a full almost 9 to 10 hours to completely clean this room. And I've been doing some selfish sewing, snoring, oh my gosh, and a little bit of knitting. So we'll just wait for a few more to get in here and then we will start going through finished objects since I've been on. I know it's been a little bit longer than a week. I've changed these all to check-ins rather than weekly check-ins because I was just putting a little too much pressure on myself to come on every week. I will be on every week-ish, of course. But yeah, last week when I usually would come on happened to be the day of my grandma's celebration of life. So I kind of had 3 down days to celebrate my grandmother and her long, wonderful 98 years of life. And we put her to rest and some family got together and it was super nice. Not too many tears, but she didn't want us to be upset. It was lots of storytelling and smiles and laughter and just being with family. So it was really good. Hi, Hi, Lynn. All right. So, yeah, so I guess my biggest finished object of, say, the last 10 days was finally getting this room completely organized. I got Dexter over here. Do you guys want to see Dexter? Dexter, come. Dexter. Dexter. He's sleeping. Dexter. Hey. Dexter, come here. Oh my gosh, he's making a lazy boy. Dexter, come say hi. Come here. Come on, come here. Here's my puppy. If he comes, come here. It's Dexter's 9-month birthday on, here he is. Say hi. 9-month birthday was on the 16th. My puppy's getting big. I think I hear Coco coming down to say hi. Are you coming down, Coco? We'll say hi to the fur babies quickly. You're going to see her come through that door, I think. Come on, Coco. Come on, Coco. I know you're there. There she is. No, that's Dexter. Coco, come here. Here's my old girl, Coco, who makes her voice and presence known in all the tutorials. So she's a black and tan coonhound, and Dexter is a Belgian Malinois lab black and tan coonhound. So those are my babies, and Dexter is under my legs now. There we go. You like my puppy? Yeah, he's my baby. I didn't expect him to get as big as he is. He's a pretty big boy. I think he's already 80 pounds. He will be getting fixed next month, so hopefully that'll calm him down a little bit. So, oh, Tammy, you have a Great Dane Bull Mastiff. I just love dogs. They're my favorite kind of people. Yeah, so, oops, there goes my phone. Oh, I was posting this on my Facebook page and I got sidetracked. Let me do that quickly. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at multitasking. So bear with me here. Done. Yay! So yeah, it was a productive 10 days, I guess. Yes, Tammy, a mini horse for your Great Dane, absolutely. So yeah, when I get to my next tutorial, looking at my calendar, I was really wanting to get a juniper done, but I just don't think I'm going to be doing it. I'm running out of time. Mainly because this week I am finishing up, and I'll show you what I have so far. You guys may have seen some of my video shorts. I am making my dad wingtip covers for protecting his wings in the winter of his Cessna 150 airplane. So I popped in to do this. I'm meeting him at 11 today to try the tip cover on again. I made the gusset too big last time, so I had to pull it all out and do it again. So that's been taking up some of my time. And then I made my son's girlfriend a bag for her birthday, which I will show you. And yeah, with how emotional I was last week, I got quite a bit of knitting done, which is good. That calms me. It's kind of like my meditation. I mean, crafting is my therapy. I don't know if that's everybody else's therapy, but creating takes away all the stress in my life. So, and then, yeah, I still have to film the very last class for Duplicity, so I will be doing that on Thursday. That's for our Thursday class. Again, the classes this month are pre-recorded because they just give me a little bit of a break. I've been trying to only work half days, only till 1 o'clock, so I have a little bit of a vacation. So, and I'm very, very happy to see that the attendance in the classes is pretty much the same as what they were when we did them live. So that makes me so happy. Thank you everybody for hanging in there. We will be starting with our live classes again in August. So on Tuesdays we will be making, oh my gosh, I'm gonna mix them up. The Cassia Satchel by Acquaint Stitch. I am super, super excited to make that one. I've had it in my to-do pile for over 3 years, I think. So it's one that has like 3 pouches in it. I'm just excited to do that one. So I have to film that tutorial next week. So that tutorial will go to the membership side until classes are over at the end of August, and then that'll launch to the public side once they're done. And then on the Thursday class in August, we are doing the Makayla handbag, which is a DEJA Designs pattern. I've never done a DEJA Designs pattern before, so I'm super excited about that. And that one is a free pattern. So I have to do the tutorial for that when I get back from Calgary. I'm going to Calgary from the 27th to the 31st to do some work stuff, as well as to visit some friends. So I will be doing that when I get back. So keep an eye out for those tutorials. I need your guys' advice. So I started doing the cutting tutorials. And honestly, the cutting tutorials do not perform very well on the channel. And especially the ones where I can't share measurements, where I don't have pattern pieces to trace out. I cannot give out measurements. So it's so hard to do them. Do you guys like the cutting tutorials, or should I just not be doing them? Do you find that you're watching them, or do you just prefer the tutorial? So I've been doing the cutting tutorial as well as the sewing tutorial. So I just want to know what you guys want to see. I just noticed the numbers aren't there for the cutting video, so I don't know if I should be doing that or not. I will probably always do cutting videos for the bags that are being done for class. But yes, I have had a few people saying, why don't you tell us what the measurements are when you're doing those cutting videos? And I can't. You have to have the pattern to know what those are. Now, when I have actual pattern pieces, it's a different story because they aren't measurements and I can just trace them out or whatever. But when I'm using my rulers, it's just, I don't want to get in trouble with designers. So, oh, yay, Lynn, you're getting a yellow lab. Your daughter is. That's so sweet. So yeah, I would just really like your guys' opinions on that. If you find the cutting tutorials to be an asset or not. You don't usually watch those, Tammy? Yeah, that's the kind of feedback I need, because I do take the time to make them. And if it's something that isn't called for on the channel, because I kind of go through at the beginning of the tutorials, the interfacings and everything like that. And then in the classes, we actually cut it out together. So, yeah, so it's kind of got everything. You love cutting tutorials, Sparrow? Okay, that's good to know. So I think what I may do is do the cutting tutorials for the bags that aren't measured pieces, if that makes sense. Like the Trailblazer is a hard one to do because it's mostly measured pieces. You like them too, Margie? Okay. Oh, Tammy, you've only been sewing for 2 months. Well, I'm so glad that you joined the membership and the classes, and I hope that we can help you along. It's a great community of sewing friends there, and we just love new sewers. So yes, you can always reach out if you need a hand. Okay, so we're about 50-50 for the cutting tutorial. So I guess I'll keep doing them. Okay, thank you. I needed your guys' advice on that. So. All right, so shall we get into projects? Do not let me forget, because last time I forgot to go through the bags that I'd sold and the finished, or the bags that I made, or the bags I sold, and the stats for the whole year. I forgot to do that, so we will do that today, just to kind of give you guys an idea what has been selling for me, which may help you in your community. So all right, so finished objects. Ta-da! My room is clean. So you're only seeing half of my room here. If you're on the Facebook page, you may have noticed this isn't a huge room. This is, they call this room the den of the house, but it's really like a master bedroom size. It's not a very big room at all. I have a lot of stuff in here. Oh, nice, Tam. You're doing this Straya. I haven't made that one in a long time, but that is a really nice beginner bag. Make sure you go onto the Facebook group that is linked down below and share your makes, Tammy. We would love to see them there if you haven't already. So yes, my biggest completed project was this room. It took me a full day. It was a full gut clean. And would you believe I never did find my stiletto? So the stiletto, my Bayani stiletto, I think it may have fallen in the garbage and gone to the dump. So when I go to Sew Magical Expo in September, I'm going to buy one of those gorgeous stilettos if that vendor is there. So, okay. I only have one bag finished object, and this is it here. It was a Trailblazer. I made this one special for my son's girlfriend. She loves her thing is this little avocado with faces and everything. So I special ordered that fabric from Spoonflower. This is the discontinued hummingbird Canuck vinyl or faux leather from Galaxy Customs. So it ended up being an absolutely perfect make for this. Now you're going to notice my zipper doesn't go as far as it should. I didn't quite have enough length of zipper, so I just made it an inch shorter, but it still works pretty good. And I know that Willow, who I made this for, leaves her bag open most of the time. So normally the zipper would go to about 3/4 of an inch from these sides here. So I am about 3/4 of an inch to an inch shorter, but I had to make do with what I had because I obviously did not check my my stash of matte black. I don't use matte black hardware very often. All of this matte black hardware is from Emmeline Bags, except for this here is from Tandy Leather because Emmeline Bags was all out of that. So I did it in my usual, because I modify it. So I make my crossbody strap also my backpack strap. In the pattern, it calls for doing two straps for the backpack straps, and then one of those straps acts as a crossbody strap, but I think one strap is the best. So I just make this to the width of the vinyl, which was 54 inches, I think 52 to 54 inches. I make the crossbody go as big as it can. I'll just show you, and I modify all of my backpacks to this because I think it's just better to use one strap. So you clip it onto the bottom, and that's where you need the bigger O-ring, the 1.5 inch O-ring. You bring it through, ouch, and you click it on. And I'm not a backpack person, but you can see how crossbody makes it an absolutely perfect backpack strap as well. And then you only have the one strap to have to worry about. Oh yay, you're going to So Magical Expo too. Yes, I am going with my best friend Anna, who also owns Galaxy Customs. We are not teaching or anything like that. I'm going to go for one day, probably the Friday, maybe the Saturday. I don't know which yet. We're only in Florida till that following Sunday. We're just going to shop and see the vendors and be spectators. So I'm excited to go. I haven't been to the States since 2004, I think. So it's going to be good. So yes, definitely look for me. I will post which day we are going to be there and when we're going to be there. So yeah. Anyways, for this, because this fabric was so white, I did Odie coat it. I do have a tutorial on how to Odie coat just to make it waterproof so she can just wipe it down. Unfortunately, when I Odie coated it, was it on this side here? Some of my ink ran. So you can see it kind of ran under this avocado. I probably should have pre-washed it, but at the same time, I didn't want to pre-wash it because I was scared of the running. So, oh well, it's on the back. It doesn't matter. All will be good. So that is my one finished object. This is one of my favorite bags to make of all time. It is my favorite carry-on travel bag when I'm traveling. So this is the Trailblazer by Bagstock, if you didn't know. That's linked down below where you can get this pattern. And my tutorial on how to make this with all of my modifications is also down below in the description. So one of my very first bags was one of these. We actually had a sew-along class with this a few months back as well. So that's on the membership side if you want to see that. But yeah, I have one of these, and it was one of the very first ones I made on my regular sewing machine. My $200 sewing machine from Walmart back when I started bag making, and I still have it like 5 years later. It's starting to look tired. I think I need to make myself another one. Maybe I'll make myself one for my travels to So Magical, because it's just the best carry-on bag. Your iPad fits in there, everything fits in there. You can put a water bottle in the side, you can wear it on your back. If you wanted to, you could leave this bottom slip pocket open so it would slide over your suitcase. I may do that for mine. This one is for Willow for her work bag, so I just made it an extra pocket for her, so she knows what it is. So you like that? Hi, Tegan. Are you Teresa, Tegan? I'm trying to guess at people's names here. And Sparrow, what was your name again? I tried to remember everybody's names, but there's just so many people. So, oh, bag making related, that is it. I am hoping, well, I got to do the Cassia tutorial. If I have time this weekend, I may try to get a juniper tutorial in there because my friend really wants one for her husband. I just haven't had time to do it. Kind of a last minute type thing, and I'm going to Calgary, so that would save me the shipping of having to ship it to her. She's buying the bag, of course. So yeah, that may be coming. I'm not sure yet. We will see. Could you do a zipper that is recessed? I'm sure you could, Tammy. You would just have to split the lining and do 2 layers here so it is recessed. But really, the top zipper is nothing to be scared about. In my tutorial, I give some tips on how to make this easy and nice and straight. So, but you probably could do it recessed. You would just have to modify that lining piece. So you have like a top and a bottom. So you could put that recessed zipper in there. All right, other sewing related finishes. Now this one, it isn't completely finished. This is the left wing tip cover for my dad's Cessna. We are going to fit this on today. This isn't the whole piece. So on his airplane, there is a, Dexter is goosing me here. There is a pocket at the end of the wings to hold that in place. So I am trying to, I've never done anything like this before. So I'm trying to get that fit perfect to fit around that part. And then the rest is kind of like a blanket that goes all the way down the length of the wings that goes around with some webbing and some buckles. So this is it. And planes are big. I mean, this is a small plane, but I make it out of waterproof canvas. This is a 600 denier waterproof canvas from Picana. The little red tag means a left wing. So we're going to try to fit this on today. Try to show you guys what this is. So there are 4 more pieces that will be sewn onto this still. This is just the very, very tip. So this is the one side, just the part that will be on top. And then this is what we're working to get the measurements right. So it flips over the wing okay. So there's the pocket, and then I've also put in, whoops, it's so big, the buckle, an adjustable buckle, so it can be tightened around the thing. So this is my big project this week. I promised my dad I would get this done. So I am meeting with him to see if this fits, and if this fits, then I'm good to go to do the right wing tip, and the rest of it should go together super easy because it's just sewing the panels together and then binding it all the way around and adding on the buckles and the webbing. So yes, it's been fun. So that is coming up at 11 o'clock. I'll probably take some video. And that's it sewing related, besides the stuff I've cut out back here. So, but that'll be later. Oh, knitting finished objects. And I know this is a bag makers tutorial, or bag makers channel, but this podcast and these lives are for anything crafty. So definitely share anything you like to do crafting. My second passion is knitting. I am huge into sock knitting. So these are the pair of socks that I finished this week. These are called the Rose City Rollers. They are on my Ravelry page. If you need to find the pattern, they're linked down below. And this is, I don't remember what this is called, but it's from Arcane Fiberworks out of Alberta, the wool, the dyers, and then the pink here, you can see has some little bit of glitter. That is some a merino sock weight yarn from Smith & You here in Kamloops. So you crochet, yes, so you can see it kind of, it's great. Pam, the name of the bag, this is the Trailblazer Convertible Pack by Bagstock. If you go down in the description, I do have a link to my tutorial and a link to where you can buy the pattern. Trying not to miss any comments. If you ask a question and I've missed the comments, please do ask it again. So yeah, so these socks, oops, messy. These socks are for me. I finally have them blocked, they're dry, and I will probably wear them as my sewing socks. I wear socks every day in the house, like slippers. Again, these are merino, and I think they're like 80% merino wool and 20% nylon. They're not itchy at all. I just love them, super soft. So that was a finished object. I think that was my only finished object. So now, works in progress, even though I kind of showed you one with that wingtip. Linen quilts as well, awesome. Okay, so last week, or last time, these are a work in progress. I'm making basic 4-ply knee-high socks. Again, these patterns are on my Ravelry page. This is how I don't waste things. You guys know me with my fabric scraps. It's the same with my sock yarn scraps. So these are the knee highs I'm making, just out of scraps. So let's see, last time on these socks, so this is how much I got done in 10 days. So where this heart is, this one right here, that is where I was last time I showed these. So I managed to get down 1, 2, 3 more stripes on both the socks, and I'm happy to say I'm finally getting that decrease right. That is a learning thing for me, but you can see how it's kind of come down because these are knee-high socks, so your calf is a little bit wider. But one of these, this one here, you can tell I was struggling with the decrease. It doesn't quite look right, but I have it mastered now, so we're good. So that's as far as I got on that for works on progress. The bag I have these in, these are all bags that I've made. I have them all linked down below. This is one from the So Sweetness Minikins 1. Again, I don't remember what it's called. This is one of the first bags I ever made. Just love the Tula Pink fabric. I would have made this on my little brother machine, but do you know what? I did pretty good. So yeah, so this bag is like 4 years old, 5 years old. So that's what that is. Have it linked down below if you need it. Next work in progress. First, I'll show the bag because they go together. This is the Peekaboo, no, not the Peekaboo, the Bomb.com beauty bag by Mormino. I do have a tutorial on how to make this one, as well as we made this one in a class a few months back. So this is linked, I believe I have all these bags linked down below. This is, even though it's a beauty bag, it is an amazing project bag. So I've showed it before. If I had known I was making this for a project bag and not a beauty bag, I would have made my little things a little bit tighter to hold on to my needles, but I didn't do that. But what is in here is housed my, what is this one called? The Golden Hours shawl. So again, I have this on my Ravelry page where you can find the pattern, linked down below in the description. And I am so close to being done this shawl. Like I'm on my last strip of color. It's really hard to, oops, that's the wrong side. So this will be the top and it'll be a nice straight edge. You can see it's going to kind of go around me like this. So I am on my blue stripe, and where I was last time was right here. There's my progress keeper. So I got about a third of the way through the final blue section before the cable bind off. So I think this is going to be so nice. I'm wanting to wear this for a wedding I'm going to in October. So I think it'll be nice. So I love the colors. Again, this is all merino. This is a DK weight merino. I'm trying to show what it's going to look like. It'll come down in a V. And all this yarn was from Polka Dot Creek. Just made your first Peekaboo bag by Lauren. It's so cute and shows off panel piece. Yes, I love Lauren's patterns. I really need to do more. She's so kind and lets me do her tutorials. So yeah, I look forward to meeting her at Sew Magical Expo as well. So hopefully I'll have this one done by the next time we meet up. We will see. So that's another work in progress. I started a new project. So this is in my, oh my gosh, what's this one called? Help me out. We just had, this is the Maxine project bag by Kandou Patterns. I do have a tutorial on this bag as well. This is a really great medium-sized bag for knitting or any kind of crafting project. This is the medium size. There's a small one as well as a large one as well. So I like the medium. The large was a little bit too big for me, but this is perfect. I prefer the makeup bag by Sewn Ideas. Check it. Yes, I do have, she did send me the makeup bag from Sewn Ideas, and it is in the pile of tutorials to do. It's just a matter of having enough time to do it. So, okay. So I talked about, in the past, talked about how I don't waste anything. Merino wool is so expensive. It's like $30 for 100 gram skein, I don't know how to say that, for this, and it's just so soft and everything. So all of my little scraps I end up tying together into a magic knot ball, and when it gets to 100 grams I can start doing a project. So this is my magic knot ball. You can see it has all sorts of different scraps all done in there, and I caked it all up. I am holding my yarn double with just a gray merino. So these are all fingering weight. And I was hoping the gray would bring all of the colors together. And I am just doing a scrap blanket. And you can see it's a corner to corner blanket. And you can see, I think this is the right side. Which one's the right side? This one. You can see how the gray brings all the colors together. It's going to be interesting, I think. I'm really enjoying doing this. It's a real easy, mindless knit. It's just knit back and forth on both sides. So yeah, this is my magic knot ball afghan. Again, I'm just holding the magic knot ball thread, which will be random colors, with a charcoal gray thread held together. I'm using a number 5. I think this was a 45-inch circular needle is what I'm making it on. You just make it to whatever size you want to go. So I think that's going to be fun. It's super squishy. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. This is one you don't have to follow a pattern. Once you get the first round going, it just repeats back and forth and keeps increasing until you get it as wide as you want, and then you'll start the decreasing to bring it down. So I just started that. I'll have to remember to put a progress keeper on there so I can show you where we get. So that'll be fun, and it should be super colorful. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I just started this one this weekend. What else? Okay, I'll save the big one for last. Last week I was mentioning that I was waiting on yarn, and I didn't do a mail opening for it, for the Stephen West surprise sock along. So this is, it's on Ravelry as well. And what happens is once a week, he releases a new clue. So you don't have any idea what these socks are going to look like. You just follow the instructions, and then you're like, wow, now these are a crazy pair of socks. I'm doing them in a men's size. They will be someone in my family's a Christmas present, I'm sure, or a birthday present. Are you ready to see this? I'm almost done clue 2. So it's been out for 2 weeks. So I'm doing it in a yellow and a gray. Week 1 was the cuff and down to here. And week 2, which I'm working on now, is this funny kind of ribboning. I'm working on my heel flap, and then the rest of it will be turning the heel. So this is a men's sock. It's super squishy. It's super fun. Crazy, crazy, crazy socks. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm only doing one at a time. Look at the cables at the top of that. Now I tell ya, when you don't know what you're making at first, you're like, what the heck are we doing? He does have videos on his channel once the clues are released on how to do them. So this is, I've been having a lot of fun doing this. I just love the heel flap with its little polka dots in it. Usually I will have both socks going at the same time, but I'm only concentrating on one at a time. This is the right foot, because the other foot, you see how the zigzags are going, how are they going down? Down this way? The other sock is going to be mirrored, so the zigzags are going to go the opposite direction. So I did all of this last week. Like, I'm just going crazy on them, but I'm trying to catch up because I think they release on Thursday for the next clue, and I want to be absolutely caught up with this one so I can get going with the next one. Now this bag, again, I don't remember what it's called. We've looked it up. It's down below in the description. You can see this is really old. This is one of my first bags as well, because it says handcrafted. It was before I had my sewing business. So yeah, I actually started making bags in the beginning to hold my crochet and my knit projects. That's where it all started. So this one was actually my very first project bag. I think this one was my second. So this is where it started. And finally, let's look at my stained glass window one. So I've been working on this since 2016, for those who haven't been watching this. Each square represents, oopsies, I don't want to lose those. Each square represents a pair of socks I have made since 2016. So this is using up scraps as well. I'm thinking about I'm about 2/3 of the way done. You guys see all that? And last week, I actually didn't get, I didn't do anything. I think I finished this yellow one last week, so I did absolutely nothing on this week. I probably didn't even need to show it. But my plan for this, for those that are just tuning in for the first time, is because I was silly and I started doing this when I first learned how to knit, because I was primarily a crocheter. But rather than tying in my end or weaving in my ends on the back, I just knotted them so you can see all those knots. And I'm sure it's fine. But I am debating putting a minky backing or something on this when it's all done. I just have to figure out how you can sew fabric onto the back of a knitted blanket. So if anybody knows how to do that, please do tell me, because I am going to need to learn how to do that. I still got a ways to go though, so that is a little bit, we have some time. So yeah, I'm showing this one, but I did absolutely nothing on it this week, so yeah. And that is it for works in progress. Intentions over the next week or so, I have to do the Cassia tutorial for August classes. I have to get the Makayla one done for August classes. I'm hoping this weekend I can get a juniper tutorial done. Not going to promise, but fingers crossed. Yeah, and I think that's as far as I'm going to go forward for now. I get overwhelmed. I have a whole list probably of 100 patterns that designers want me to do tutorials on. I just need more time in the day. I just don't have. I'm getting there. I'm doing the best I can. So yay. For the September sew along classes and the September voted in tutorials, those polls are on the channel already. If you go over to the community section of this channel, please go and vote, whether you're, regardless if you're a member or a public subscriber, for the bag that you would like to see as our September class / September voted in tutorials. So far, I believe the Conan Bowler bag by Country Cow Designs is winning for one day, and the Hollyhock Hobo by Blue Calla is winning for the other day so far. So I'm super excited for those ones if they do win. But all of the ones on the list are awesome. So please do go and vote for both of those polls, which tutorial you would like to see me make. Pretty please. And that just lets me know what you guys want to see on the channel. So has everybody voted already? Do you all know what I'm talking about? Okay. Keep all of this stuff organized so I know where everything is. That goes back there. What else? Let me grab my chair. So yeah, I still got a lot done. Just not YouTube wise. Hello, Millie from South Africa. Okay, so finally, you guys want my stats for the year and for what I sold, since I reported what I sold last time. Hi, Kathy. I'm sorry if I miss anybody. The chat kind of gets away from me sometimes, so. Okay, so to date, from January 1st to now, I have made 58 items. 46 of those items were bags. 12 of those items were socks. For my bag status, since January, I've kept 3 bags for myself, which are mainly project bags, and I have sold 34. So I have sold 34 of the 46 bags that I have made this year. Hi, Jen, you made the Kona before? It's a really fun make. I've made it before too, but I hadn't done a tutorial yet, so I'm excited to do that. Okay, so as I said, since January, I've made 46 bags. I've kept 3 of those bags, and I've sold 34 of those bags so far. So that's pretty good. I do have a couple bags from last year that I haven't sold yet. In stock, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Does that make sense? Yeah, I've got 13 bags in stock. No, 14 bags in stock so far, as I'm just looking at my shelf for bags that I'll be taking to market and that are on my website. Yeah, Marjorie's from France. Bienvenue, bonjour. Sold since I reported last. I sold my Becky bag. I sold a Duplicity. I sold, well, this Trailblazer. It's actually a gift, so I guess I didn't sell that one. And I sold my penny, one of my penny in wallets. So that's not too bad. Yeah, the Duplicity bag that I'm doing for class, I've already sold, so that is amazing. I just got to get her done. It's always great when I'm doing a bag for a class or a tutorial and the client orders it and then they can choose their fabrics. So that is really good. So 4 items sold. Only 1 item made for bags, but it's sold as well, or that's one I'm giving away. So I guess it's not sold, it's a giveaway. And that is it. So yeah, 58 items for the year, 46 bags. I'm happy with that. That is pretty darn good. So, yay. Do you guys like getting those stats? Does it help you out a little bit? I think so. I think it works good. So yeah, always need to know what you guys want to see and what you find valuable on the channel. I'm just updating my list here so I don't forget. Updated. Otherwise, I will forget. There we go. There we go. My list is updated, so next time I don't repeat myself. What is everybody else working on this weekend? As everybody goes quiet. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Yeah. I never know what day it is anymore. My house is pretty quiet. Oh, well. Are there any questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, as somebody told me that they like to hear? All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for keeping me accountable with doing a check-in. It's good for me to come in and say what I am working on. It keeps me motivated to keep going on, and also to find out what you guys want to see. Lynn is making an H2O Go and an NCW. And Nicole's working on her scrap piles. I went through my scrap pile and I purged a bunch of it, which was good, but I still have a full bin. So I think when it comes time for market season, I'm going to have to make a whole bunch of zip and grips and pouches and everything, some lower ticket items for my table, just to get those scraps out of here, because I just, in my heart, I can't throw them away because they could be something. I'm terrible with my scraps. Jen just finished a bag she designed for going into the hospital. I'm trying to write a pattern for it, but it's a long, hard process. Oh, I'm sure it is, Jen. My goodness, but good for you. Make sure you share it on the page once you have it done, and I hope everything is okay in the hospital. Hi, Arnetta. You're working on the Michael travel bag. Ooh, that is a beast of a bag. That is a big bag, but it's a magnificent bag by Uh-Oh Creations. I haven't made that one yet. I have a really hard time selling big bags like that, so that's why I haven't done that tutorial just yet. Pam is working on the Aurora pouch. Oh yes, by Acquaint Stitch. I just released the Aurora triple zip crossbody by Acquaint Stitch. That is the Aurora series. There's 3 different kinds, and it kind of goes from beginner to intermediate using the same technique. So you start with the Aurora pouch, and then there's the second one, and then it ends with the triple zip. So it all works well. What else is everybody making? I tell you, I really want to get onto that juniper. I got to get this wingtip on, and then I probably won't touch the wingtips again till this weekend. Mainly because the waterproof canvas is so heavy and it is so large that I do need somebody here to help me to hold the weight off of my needles. So I may have to wait till Dave is off work this weekend and get him to be my sewing my sewing apprentice. Aw, awesome, Jen. I'm glad that you're inspired to make something, and I wish you all the healing vibes for your condition. Yay! So we've been in here for 45 minutes already. It's crazy how fast time goes. I will open it up for any questions. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them now, or you can put them in the chat, and I'll try to remember to answer them my next check-in. But do you guys enjoy seeing everything, like the knits and just anything crafty? I need to start doing my English paper piecing again. I want to get a couple more pillows made for gifts like I did last year. Now that my carpal tunnel has completely healed, it's time to start making it act up again, I think. Yeah. My house is eerily quiet. I don't quite know what to do with this. Even my dog is sleeping on the floor. It's so bizarre. All right. Well, I'm hopeful to make a tutorial soon. The next tutorial that I get up with the new setup, please do make sure you leave comments on what you think about the angles of the cameras, and always let me know what can make things better. So I think the only thing it can really do to make things better is if I could soundproof my house somehow. Man, it can get noisy on that street, but Blythe and Bonnie says, you inspired me to start knitting again, working on some basic ankle socks. Oh, awesome. Socks are my favorite thing to knit. I always have a pair of socks going. They are just, it's very therapeutic. It's very meditative. I can't even say that word. I always start my day with 30 minutes of sewing in the morning and ending with 30 minutes of sewing at night. It's like it just calms me. I can start my day off with a little bit of crafting that is easy. I usually have my coffee and I'm usually catching up on the people I follow on YouTube. And then at night before bed, I usually knit for half an hour, go to bed and read for half an hour, and then sleep like a baby. It truly is just, it's an amazing craft to do. So yeah, make sure you share your socks. Are you just doing a vanilla pattern, Blythe and Bonnie? Yeah, I was on a knitting hiatus for a while besides that stainless window type scrappy blanket that I'm doing. But yeah, Marjorie says the Anya by Sewing Arts. Marjorie, I'm doing it soon. I have over there everything in a project bin to do that sewing tutorial. I'm also going to be doing the Yenna by Sewing Arts. So that is coming out. I have all of the supplies and all of my vinyls and fabrics picked out for the Anya already, so that is definitely coming up very, very, very soon. Nice. All right, well, if there are no other questions, I think we are going to call it. Thank you everybody so very much for tuning in. If you are watching this after the live, if you can put in the comments, say an avocado, if you have an avocado emoji or something similar, put it into the comments just so I know that you made it to the end. Just curious how many people are watching the live replay straight to the end. And that's just like a really fun thing to do. So yeah, today's emoji in the comments will be an avocado to go with the avocado trailblazer. So if you haven't made a trailblazer, I strongly urge you to do it. It is a fun sew. Again, one of my favorite sews. I really got to make myself a new one and let my other one go. Harvest it for its hardware because it's starting to fall apart after 5 years. It's a very well-used bag. So Nolan's putting up her avocado already. Yay! All right, everybody, thank you so very much. Tonight we have the third and final class for the Tumbleweed Toiletries Tote. that will not have a tutorial to the public side because it's already up there, but this weekend I will be launching the cutting tutorial to the tumbleweed tote, so you can watch for that. It may actually go up tomorrow once the tumbleweed classes are over. Those classes were only 3 classes. It is a fairly quick sew once you get that train keys done. So yeah, look at all the avocados. I love it. So yeah, that'll be today at 4. I have to get my admins to remind me to make sure I put that video up before 4 o'clock because I'm so used to going live with it that I would hate to forget. Thursday will be the 3rd class for the duplicity handbag. Yeah, so that is it for this week, I believe. So I will catch you guys all next week. I am leaving town from the Thursday to the Monday. I may do some video. I'm planning on going in Calgary to like Tandy Leather, and I'm hoping to get over to Polka Dot Creek Yarns and some fabric shops and everything there too. So we will see what happens, doing some networking and some fun things and supporting Titan machines a little bit. So yay. So I will try to go live before then. If I don't get live before then, I definitely will when I get back, probably on Monday the 31st. I fly back into Kamloops at like 10:30 in the morning on Monday. Not this coming Monday, but the 31st of July. So everybody have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'm going to try really hard to get another tutorial up for you guys, but if not, we do have the tumbleweed and the duplicity cutting tutorials coming. One this week and another one next week for the public side of the channel. Anyways, I love you all. Thanks again for being you. Stay safe, have fun, make wise decisions.